Here we go. Nice and tall. Cross the arms to the bottom. Bring your hands above your head as you breathe in. Breathe out. Lower the arm down to the side. And in. And out. And in. And out. One more time in. Keep the arms above. Put the palms together and interlock your thumbs. And really make yourself nice and tall. Kind of like lock those elbows next to your ears to reach even further and lift up the rib cage. Take a nice deep breath in, and when you breathe out, you slightly bend over to the side. Breathe into the center, breathe out to the other side. Don't go too far, just until it feels okay. Breathe in and out. And again. And out. Back to the center, lower the arms down to the side. We're going to do a few shoulder rolls from front to the back, just to awaken the upper body. I'm trying to make it into a nice big roll. That's it. And relax. You're going to place the hands on the thighs, and you can kind of bring your feet out just a little bit into the hip distance apart, okay? Place the hands on the thighs, and we're going to just roll down with the upper body. And I want you to just hang down. So do nothing in here, but just let the upper body weight hanging down. And relax your neck and your head. So let your eyes looking towards your knees. Because generally you would be looking down to the mat, but this time I want you to relax there and the neck. And look towards the knees. And we're going to do a small kind of sweeping motion to the right, to the left. But just again, as much as you feel comfortable, just release the tension from your back and your neck. Nice and easy. And slowly coming up, keep a C shape on your back. Roll back the shoulders. I'm going to turn to the side, but you stay where you are. Take a nice deep breath in. We're going to swan dive forward. So lock your knee, push back the front, touch the floor with your fingertips. And we're going to walk off the hip. So bend one knee, lock the other. Bend the other knee, lock the other. And again, walk, 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 walk. Nice C shape on the back as you come up. Breathe in. Fill up your lungs with oxygen and swan dive forward. And again, walk the hip. And then one more time. So keep a nice C shape on the back as you're coming up to a standing pose. Breathe in. And breathe out. Touch the floor, walk off the hip. And coming up again, nice and slow. Roll the shoulders for 3, 2, and 1. We're going to turn back to the center to you. Keep the feet at hip distance apart. And you're going to swing the body weight over to your right side. So for level 1, you can choose to take the left leg next to the ankle, next to the knee, or you can drag it up towards your inner thighs. But whichever you choose, first just give yourself a few seconds to adjust and find your balance. Especially in the morning, it might be hard. So give yourself a little time. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep your eyes on the floor, focusing on one spot. When you're ready, take your arms above your head to complete the tree pose by creating the crown. Elevating your stand. And slowly lower the hands down and then relax. Breathe deep breath in, swan dive forward. And we're just going to swift the floor now. And then coming up, C shape on your back. Roll the shoulders for 3, 2, and 1. We're taking the other side. So we're going to bring the ankle next, put the feet next to the ankle, the knee, or you can drag it up towards the inner thighs, whatever works for you. First, just trying to find your balance, okay? Finding the balance, breathing in, breathing out. And whenever you're ready, take your hands above your head to creating that crown position. That's it. And just really lift up that rib cage. Hold it tight. Up, standing tall. And slowly lowering the hands down to the side and then the legs one back forward. So big deep breath in. Sweep the floor. Coming up, C shape on your back. Roll back your shoulders for 3, 2, and 1. Do one more time on the each side. And again, if you want, choose whatever version was good for you. So if you feel like you can go for level 3, great. I feel you can only do level 2, it's fine. But we can do this 3 times, so give yourself a little time to maybe discover and challenge yourself and go for a little bit more. Take the hand above the head, getting into the full tree pose. And take a nice deep breath in. Lower the hands to the side. I'm going to step with this left leg down to the side, and I want you to close to 90 degrees and go with this. So one feet facing to one direction and the other one is to the other direction. We have a dog. I'm trying to yoga. So you're going to lock both of the knees, okay? Place your hands onto your hip and you're going to take your left hand, let it slide down as much as you can. And if you feel like on your hip that this is okay, because stretching you enough, hold it there and try to lift up the other hand towards the ceiling. Hold and breathe into this. One more big breath in. And back to the center. Use a little bend on the knee to step back. I'm going to do the same on the other side. So we're going to take the right leg, bring it up as tall and as high as you want to. And slowly in your own pace, take your body up into the tree pose. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath here. And as you lower the arms back to the side, with the right leg, step out. One foot facing to the length of the mat and the other one to the other, closing that 90 degrees angle in here. Lock both of the knees, hands on the hip. And you're going to take your right and just let it slide down. And go until I say your knee or the top of your shin. Don't go for too far. And then the other hand reach up towards the ceiling. While you're doing all these poses, just make sure that you always breathe deeply and long in through your nose and out through your nose. Every time it gets harder, just deep a little bit stronger. And slowly lift it up, bend the knee and skip it back. Big nice deep breath in, swan dive forward. Sweep the floor, C shape when you're back and you're coming up. And with the last time, what we do again, a little changes in there. So you're going to take your left leg again, bring it in wherever you want it. And it's not always about how far or what level can you go, what feels good. So maybe also take this time to experiment what part of the standing tree pose feels good to you. Hold and breathe. Big deep breath in again. And breathe out. We're going to step out. And as you're stepping out, you have an option in here to use a yoga block if you do have one. If no, don't worry about it. You don't have to. And it's just your fingertips about 6 inches ahead of your toes. But again, if you have the yoga block, you can just place it in there. So you're going to lift up the back leg. Slowly, very slowly. And your level 1 is keeping your fingertips, both of them, on the mat. Your level 2 is lifting up one fingertips off the mat. And your level 3 is opening the chest into the half moon pose. Hold and breathe. Take it all in. And slowly step back. Use this knee bend. Step in. Take a nice deep breath in. Swan dive forward. Sweep the floor, and this time you should really feel now your legs are warming up. Roll out the shoulders for 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Same on the other side. So choose a version of your tree pose, whatever makes you feel good, whatever feels good for your body. Breathe in, breathe out. Eyes on the floor, focusing on one spot. Big breath in, and out again. Hand out. And you're going to take a step out to the side. Use your yoga block again if you want to, or if no, you can just use the fingertips on the mat. So you're going to slowly lift up the back leg. Just take your time. And you can keep the fingertips on the mat for level 1. For level 2, you're going to just let the fingertips slowly release. And for level 3, you're going to try to open this hand up towards the ceiling, slightly turning your chest and your hip to the side. Hold and breathe. One more breath here. And drop it back. Use that knee again to step in and take a nice deep breath in. Swan dive forward. Sweep the floor. And coming up C shape when you're back. Roll back shoulders for 3, 2, 1. Good. So now we're going to use the mat lengthwise. So I want you to come to the beginning of your mat so you have the longest part ahead of you. Keep the feet hip distance apart, and we're going to do a little swan dive forward. So use these times when your swan dive to really breathe in, and then when you breathe out, squeeze all the air out of your lungs. I want you to bring your fingertips to the mat as done it. Walk up a little bit your hip. By now you should feel a little bit more warmed up. So now I want you to bend your knees even if you need to, and place both your palms flat on the mat. You're going to take 4 steps forward with your hands. 1, 2, 3, and by 4 ending up in the plank position. And take a little time in this plank pose just to really feel the strength of your core. Feel like the energy concentrates in your body itself, and there is around your navel, your core. So I want you to really focusing on it and hold that strength. Breathe in, breathe out. Then we're going to drop the knees and lower the body to chaturanga. So keeping the elbows in close to the body, and then pushing the chest down, and then using the 2 hands on the side, slightly push your body up into low cobra. So don't go too far. This is your first cobra here. And when you're ready, we're going to take this into your downward dog. So first you tuck under the toe, use your hands, push it into your plank first, and from the plank you're going into downward dog. So push up the bum and press down the heels. And it's your first downward dog, so take your time in your downward dog, maybe to paddle through with your legs. You can also do this kind of a twist if that feels good. But whichever you do, I want you to just focusing on the breathing. Downward dog is one of the only poses where I want you to breathe in deeply through your nose and sigh out through your mouth. Release all the tension, release all the stress, release every single thing you have there, and just think about like 3 long deep breaths in. And slowly come forward to your plank position again, and you're going to walk the hands back towards your feet. So use your hands to push back your body into this kind of heading forward standing pose, and coming up, keep that nice C shape on the back. And bring your hands above your head, breathe in. Really open your lungs and swan dive forward. Touch the floor, and when you're ready, 4 steps forward. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Embrace your core. And again, take time in here, and it's not like the plank, it's about focusing on the midsection in your head. Feel it where the energy, the power goes, the strength goes. Drop your knees, go down to chaturanga, pushing it away into cobra. And when you're ready, you're going to swing it over to your downward dog. So push and shift. Breathe in, breathe out. And slowly forward to your plank. Embrace the core. One more time, you're going to walk back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep a C shape on the back as you're coming up around your spine. Breathe in. We fill up your lungs with air, with oxygen. Then breathe out, reach down to the mat. Take a second in here, and when you're ready, start walking forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold and embrace your core. Big breath in and out. And drop your knees if you need to, or if no, give it a go, do it without the knees. And go down to chaturanga. Pushing it into cobra. And then to downward dog. Tuck under the toe, lift and shift. Big breath in and out. And come forward to your plank position. You're going to drop your knees and sit back with your bum towards the heels and drop your chest down on your thighs or in between the thighs. Keep the arms straight, reaching forward. And bring your forehead down to the mat. Just give yourself a few seconds here to stretch through and relax. Get your breath. Few more nice big deep breath in. Just let your body and your muscles relax and just melt down. And come back forward, lift up your hand, pull your body forward, and then we're going to tuck the toe under, push it back to your downward dog. And we just take the left leg up, swing it, and then we're going to try to bring it underneath the chest. So if you swing it from here, it's usually easier. But if it takes you 2 time to drag, even three kind of drag to bring your feet on, that's okay, don't worry about that. Keeping the right hand on the floor, taking the left hand, reaching up and turning your body to the side. Hold and breathe. And slowly back to the center. Step back with left leg into your downward dog. Swing that right leg up towards the ceiling. And when you're ready, swing that right leg underneath the chest. Take your right hand reaching up towards the ceiling, twisting your chest to the side. Breathe in, breathe out. Take your right hand back, step your right leg back into downward dog. And you're going to come forward to chaturanga. And you have an option here that as you come forward to do a full dive or drop your knees. So with a full dive, you're really focusing on keeping the bum up, bringing the chest down, bringing the upper body to the floor, and pushing it into your cobra. Now you bring the chest down, and we're going to sit in swings. So with the swing pose, your elbow is directly underneath your shoulder, and your forearm and your palm is nice and comfortable, just down on the mat. And just hold into the toes and just release the tension from the glutes. From all the cobra poses, what we have been doing, you always squeeze your glutes and keep your lat kind of pushed down, flex down to the mat. But with this one, I want you to just really relax it. And give it a few seconds just to ease, but feel the pressure on the lower back. Breathing it equally in through your nose Out through your nose. And then you're going to sort of bring your forehead down to the mat, and I want you to bring your hands out wide. You're going to use your fingertips to be pressed down to the floor, keeping the elbows up. And what we're going to do is called a wide arm cobra. So you're going to take a nice deep breath in when you use your fingertips and lift up your chest into cobra. Hold. And breathe out, lower the body down and push your forehead down to the mat and wait until you breathe out all the air from your lungs. Breathe again, push. And breathe out. And stay down until you don't breathe out all the air. Make sure you push through your fingertips. That part is really important to awaken the nervous system. Last one in, breathe. And breathe out, bring the head down. And bring your hands underneath your shoulder, lifting the chest up. Tuck under the toe. Push your body into the plank position first, and then to your downward dog. And slowly I want you to use those hands again to walk towards the feet. So you take your 4 steps. Bring the body back into that standing, hanging pose and slowly coming up to a stand. Give yourself a few seconds here. Now that you're fully warmed up in the morning, and we're going to take a large and really big step forward. So get your body ready to step as far as you can, okay? So we're going to go with the left leg first, and I want you to, as you step forward, shoot your arms up above the head. So we're not ending up in a lunge position. So take a nice deep breath in, breathe out and step. That's it, go nice and low. There you go. Hold and breathe. Hold it here. I'm going to bring the hands forward to prayer pose. Slowly and twist the upper body towards the left side. So you can drop your right elbow down to the knee. And if this is too much, you're just staying in the prayer position with your twist. Breathe in, breathe out. Slowly back to the center. So first you lift. Then you twist. Bring your fingertips down to the mat. And now I want you to take your right knee tucked in behind the left knee. So you go a little skip, squeeze it, and we're going to kick up towards the ceiling as you breathe out. Breathe in, crush it in. Breathe out, kick it back. Last time. Breathe in, crush it, and breathe out. Kick it back. Swing your right leg in next to your left. Kind of keeping a C shape when you're back. Roll back the shoulders. Take a few seconds in this pose, what we call is a mountain pose. Feet hip distance apart, nice and strong. Belly in, squaring your hip. Hands out to the side, palms facing forward. Lifting up the chest, standing tall, head looking forward. And when you're ready, we're going to step back with the left leg, keeping the right leg forward. So aiming for the same lunge position, but now we're stepping backward. So take a nice deep breath in when you're ready. Right leg staying, left leg going back. Go as far as you can. Go drop it down, that's it. If this is always too much, this lunge position, you can always drop the knee down and choose this version. Hold and breathe. And then bring your palms together at the center to prayer pose. Slowly twist your upper body to your right side. And taking the elbow down to your right knee. And remember, if this is too much, you're either dropping the knee or you're just keeping the upper body twisting to the side. slowly bring it back. So first you lift, and then you twist. Bring your fingertips down, frame the right foot. And you're going to take the left knee behind the right knee. So you're going to use your toe to skip, bring the knee to the knee, knee behind the knee. And as you breathe out, you kick it up. You breathe in, you crunch again. You breathe out, you kick it up. One more time. Breathe in, crunch again. Breathe out, kick it up, and swing the left leg in. Keep your fingertips on the mat. And we're going to slowly get down into a seated pose. So you bring the bum down and into a seated pose. Hands on your knees and do a few roll backs. So you're going to roll from your tailbone to the end of your neck. That's right. And back. Roll back. And then 2 more. And back to the center. Very good. So place your feet down to your mat now and bring your hands behind you. Let your fingertips facing towards your glutes. Feet hip distance apart and hands shoulder width apart as well. You're going to take a nice deep breath in. And when you breathe out, what I want you to do is just lift a little bit the glutes. Lift and push. And just hold it here. Now, try with the elbows not to bend, not to lock them out. So keep a little softness in them. Otherwise, you're we call it hyperextending the elbows, and that won't be good for your joints. Good. Breathe in. And we're going to drop. Extend the legs. 1, 2. Use your hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Go with your hands down towards the toes. If you can't touch the toes, hands going down to your shin. And just hold it down. You can do a little rocking motion as well here. To the right and to the left. Kind of like walking backwards with the glutes. To really releasing the tension from the legs, the lower back, and your spine. And slowly coming up. Bring your hands behind you. Bend your knees. And this time we're going to try to go just a little further, okay? So take a nice deep breath and breathe out. Lift the hip. And if you can now this time drop your head and push the hip up just a little bit higher into a reverse tabletop position. Remember not to lock down the elbows. Keep them soft. And slowly drop the glutes down. Extend the legs. Reach up with your hands above your head. Lengthen your spine. And melt down your upper body towards your legs. If you can't touch your toes, don't worry about them. They go to your shin or to your knee. Whatever you can catch. Place your hand down there and bring your chest as close as you can down and melt. Big deep breath in, big deep breath out. Always do your breathing consciously rather than just let it breathe the way your body wants you. Because when it gets hard, you're breathing shallow, you're breathing slow, you're breathing too fast. Now coming back to seated pose, hands behind you. So we're going to try a different version of this, but this is too much. Go back to the first version. So you're going to dig your heel to the ground, keep your hands behind you as well. But this time we're going to keep legs like this, and we're going to squeeze the glutes, lift it up, lift it high, and if you can, drop the head. If this is too much, bend the knees, or don't drop the neck. Hold and breathe. One more breath here. And drop it down. Reach above your head. And melt down with your hands towards your toes. And you can do your little rocking motion, right, left, right, left. And back to the center, into your seated pose. I want you now to take your left foot to the inner thigh. and just keep pressing the feet towards the inner thigh. So we're going to turn the hip and the upper body as much as we can into the direction lengthwise of that leg. So kind of like from here, even make yourself turn, yeah? And with as you turn, you feel like you're kind of pushing the other knee away. And then we're going to start walking just a little forward. Now, this might be a little bit confusing, but don't worry about it. You're going to take a left hand, go on the outside of your right foot, and trying to reach towards the outside of the feet. And if you can't, it goes to the outside of the shin, but make sure it's on the outside. Your right hand on the side, using the same kind of fingertips what we were doing with the wide arm cobra. Bring it to the side and push, and trying to turn and twist yourself a little bit more. Twist a little bit more. And when you can't go any further, do a little melt down with your upper body. Even if it's only a few inches, even if it's just a few centimeters, but just keep going down with your upper body to that right leg. And back to the center, release. This is such an easy pose, but you can really feel it, isn't it? Right, left leg out, right foot going in towards the inner thigh. So first thing what you do is turn your hip and your chest as much as you can to the lengthwise direction of that left leg. With your right leg, you're going to start reaching the outside of the shin, the outside of the ankle, or the outside of the feet. With your left hand, and you keep your fingertips on that, push and keep pushing yourself further, make it more into the twist. When you can't twist any further, you're going to start melting with your chest down towards that leg. And again, it might be just a few inches, it might be just a few degrees, but don't worry about it. Do your breathing, do your melting. And slowly back to the center. And this time I want you to cross your legs into what we call as an easy pose. If this is not easy for you, you can just keep the legs kind of like going out, or like a wider seated pose. And do a little rocking right and left just to lift up the tailbones to make sure that you're properly sitting back. And then you're going to feel it if you kind of push your upper body back forward and then kind of rock a little back and forward. Oh, now I'm sitting much taller because my tailbone is more to the back. So you're going to place your hands onto the knees, and we're going to do just a very short breathing exercise again to bring in a little bit more energy to your body. So there's loads of energy in your spinal cord. We believe it in yoga. So by bending and flexing and all those kind of movements, you're actually releasing the energy. So for the meditation towards the end, what I want you to do is we're going to do a seated cat-cow pose with eyes closed. I want you really focusing on breathing in here, okay? So as we are breathing in, you're going to lift up your chest and arch your back like a little curve in there, like a duck butt. And then when you're breathing out, you do the kind of a roll. So you're going to tuck your chin in, tuck your tailbone in, kind of like a roll with your back. And again, use your hands on the knees to not go too far back, but being able to curve it as much as you can. Breathe in, lift it up. Breathe in, curl it back. And I want you to start closing your eyes now and do the breathing. And one of the reasons why I want you to close down your eyes is to concentrate on the move and to concentrate on the breathing. As well as look at how I move. How fast is my roll back and forward? But maybe try to listen to your own body. And how does it feel? And what is the right way for you to do this roll? And just find your own rhythm. Everybody is different. And maybe every single day you are different. You might be tired, you might be sleepy. You might feel at this stage now you are energetic, so you want to breathe a little bit faster. Do what your body tells you that it feels good. keep doing your breathing in and out, nice and slow. And take it in, strong breath in the nose, out the nose. And also taking quality breaths. Really try to force that breath in. Breathe as loud as you can and as strong as you can to awaken and bring out the energy. The oxygen transfers everything into your blood. So if you don't breathe and you don't bring in enough oxygen because you don't breathe deep enough and quality, you'll never get the energy out. Last 3, 2, 1. Back to the seated pose and just keep your eyes closed and relax. Turn your palms facing up towards the ceiling and just keep your wrist on the edge of the knee so your palms kind of falling down, and just again let them naturally curl in. And when you hear the gong, I want you to feel your body more relaxed and just sit down a little bit more in a heavy, relaxed position. And just do a little scanning, like imagine yourself, you're in a hospital and they do the scan for you, and then you can see that from the top of your head that laser goes down and goes through your body. And I want you to just be the spectator position now and scan through your body and just take note on how each body part of yours feel. Don't try to explain it in your head. Oh, I don't have the headache, or I do have the headache. I was too much up and down. Just take a note and release your mind from overthinking. And when you're ready, when you hear the gong, I want you to slowly open up your eyes. Bring your hands to the heart center. I want you to rub those hands together from your palms and create loads of heat. And as you do that, just think about one thing while you were scanning through your body that is positive. Where if it was, I feel more awake, I feel more light, I just feel a little bit more loose, whatever is there, just feel it in there and keep it in your mind. And then I want you to place your hands into your eyes. And like if you're waking up in the morning and you want to rub your eyes and get up, just slowly rub your eyes in. Begin to wake and maybe even massage your face. And bring it back to the center. Take a nice deep breath in. Relax it back. And we're going to breathe in, bring your hands above your head. Palms together, breathe out into your prayer pose, hands at the heart center, and bowing forward to being thankful for our body, mind, and soul. That he's able to wake up this morning and come here and complete this practice. Namaste. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it and had a great time, guys. And now we're going to be full of energy for Friday. Thank you for coming.